students, good afternoon to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well. So welcome for one more YouTube session at ODA Class. So first of all, tell me, how are you all? Are you all doing well? That's great, that's great. So I welcome you all for one more session with me. So today we will be learning one more chapter of chemistry of 6th standard, so that is changes around us. So this chapter is also very important for your school examination as well as for your Olympiad examination. So make sure you stay connected till the end with me, and we'll be learning this complete chapter in a very fun way. So are you guys ready for that? Yes. So before starting the session, let me tell you, now you are with me in the live session, right? So you can ask your doubts in the comment box, everything. But after the live session, you cannot contact me because you don't have my number, right? But you can be the part of our ODA family by joining us in ODA app, right? So how you can join us? We are starting crash course every Monday, every week, every Monday. We are starting this crash course. What is this crash course? This is a complete 1 week course where you will be learning 6 chapters in 6 days, okay? 3 different maths topics, 3 different science topics, and also 1 English grammar session will be given to you. So you will be learning from the teachers of IIT and NIT. Along with that, everyday homework will be given, 2 tests will be conducted, and more important, yes, we will assign you 1 personal teacher. So you will get their phone number and you can contact them at any time, okay? Not only for ODA homework doubts or ODA class doubts. If you have any doubts in your school examination, school assignment, school homework, school project, you can contact them at any time. Moreover that, we are providing you the e-books as well. So we will be providing the study materials for all the chapters what we teach in the crash course. So you can be the part of this amazing crash course from Monday. So how to join this course? There is a link in the description box. You can click on that link and complete your payment as per the grades, that may be 29, 49, 99 or 149. Once your enrollment is done, yes, you will get a call from our mentor teacher. So today is Saturday. If you do the enrollment today, you will be the part of this amazing crash course from Monday itself. So quickly you can go and do the enrollment. So now, before starting the session, let me introduce myself. So my name is Surabhi and I am Master Teacher of Science at ODA Class. So coming to my education, I have completed my Masters in Chemistry, and yes, I was the university topper. I have more than 4 years of teaching experience in which I have mentored International Olympiad rank holders. So yes, are you ready to learn the changes around us chapter with me? Are you guys ready? That's great. So before starting the chapter, let me tell you the content what are present in this chapter, right? So this is the chapter changes around us. This is present in 6th standard chemistry NCERT, okay? 6th standard chemistry. So there are many changes which are present around us, and we can divide it into different parts. What all parts we'll be learning in this chapter based on interval, based on the speed, based on reversibility, based on energy, and based on use. So all these things I'll be teaching you in a very simple way. So shall we start? Okay. So before starting, you may be thinking, ma'am, why should we learn this chapter? What is the use of learning this chapter, right? Of course, there is some significance to learn this chapter, of learning this chapter. To understand how it happens, how changes happens around us. There are many changes which are happening around us, but we will not notice that. So to understand that, to prevent the change, to prevent the harmful change, there are many changes which will cause harm to us. So if you know what change is happening, you can prevent that harmful change. Coming to the third one, to promote the useful change. There are some changes which is very useful for all the living beings, especially for human beings. So you can promote such useful change and to apply knowledge in your real life as well. So are you guys ready? That's nice. So before learning changes around us, first you should know what is change, right? So this is the definition of change. When something becomes different. This is very important word, okay? When something becomes different from its beginning, it is called change. For example, we take a seeds, okay? We sow the seed, After some days, you can see the seeds have been converted into seedlings, right? The seeds are converted into seedlings. The seed is changed into the seedlings, a little plant. Yes, can you see that? So that is also a change, right? Anything that is different, this is stage number 1, this is stage number 2. Tell me, stage number 1 and stage number 2, are they same? Yes. Are they same or different? Exactly, they are different, right? So anything which is different from its beginning stage, that is called as change. Okay, change is nothing but there is a difference. I hope it is clear. Okay, so there are many changes which happens around us. It can be divided into 2 types. Okay, one is physical changes. I hope all of you know what is physical exercise. You are using your body, you are doing the physical exercise. So what is physical change? No new substance is formed. You all can write it down. This is the mind map, we can say. Instead of reading it in a paragraph way, if you read in such mind map way, it will be more useful and you can easily recall it in your examination. So what are physical change? No new substance is formed. Okay, changes is happening externally. Internally it is not happening. No new substance is formed. There may be change in the physical state of a substance, right? Like there may be change in the color. If I change the color of this pencil, the pencil will be pencil only, right? Internally it is not changing, only the color is changing. Or the change may happen in the size of the substance, right? The changes will happen only in the physical state of the substance. So that is why no new substance is formed. So physical changes can be reversible. Yes, if I paint this black color pencil, I can paint it into white color. Again, I can paint it into the black color, right? So the change is reversible here. For example, melting of ice. Again, you can freeze the ice, freeze the water. Boiling of water. Again, the water can be cooled down. Condensation of water vapor. Again, it can be transformed into vapor. So all these things are physical changes which are reversible. You can reverse the changes. But some physical changes are also irreversible. Okay. So this is very important question in your examination. Usually they ask all the physical changes are reversible and you will mark it as yes. But no, there are some physical changes which are irreversible. You cannot reverse them. For example, breaking of glass. Okay. I am taking a glass. Yes. The glass broke and that is a physical change because the physical structure of the glass changed, but you cannot reverse it, right? Breaking of glass, and we have tearing of paper. If I just take a piece of paper and I just tear it, the size of the paper is changed, but you cannot join them. And we have cutting clothes into pieces. I take a short handkerchief and I cut it, and can I join it back to the same thing what it was in the beginning? No. So some physical changes are irreversible. Okay, most of the changes are reversible, most physical changes, but some of them are irreversible as well. I hope it is clear to all of you. So this is all about physical changes. That means the changes will happen in physical state of the matter. Is it clear to all of you? Physical state of any substance. I hope it is clear. That's nice. Now let us see what are chemical changes then. So first one, physical changes. Second one, that is actually chemical changes. Here a new substance is formed. Okay, in chemical change a new substance is formed because the change is happening internally. So there is a new substance which is forming here. Most of the chemical changes are irreversible changes. Okay, for example, I take a piece of paper, I just light it up and the paper is burned into ashes, right? So there is a new substance formed. First it was paper, then ashes is formed. Can you bring back ashes back to the paper? No, that is not possible, right? So chemical changes are the changes in which new substances are formed, and most of the chemical changes are irreversible. Is it clear to all of you? So this is all about what is change and 2 types of changes. So now, as I told you, changes can be divided based on different properties, right? Different characteristics. Let us see. First one, based on speed. Okay, in which speed the change is happening. So the first one, that is fast change. Second one, slow change, right? For example, can you give any examples of fast change or slow change? For example, right, you are riding a scooter and suddenly you apply the brake, okay, and the vehicle stops, so that is a fast change. The moving vehicle suddenly stops, so that is a fast change. And coming to the slow change, our aging, right? So now we are all young, but after some years we will be old. Today I am young and tomorrow I will be old woman. That is not possible. It is not sudden change. It is not fast change, right? So that are all slow changes. That means some changes which happen very faster, that is called as fast change, applying the brake of the vehicle, and slow change, that is your aging. I hope it is clear to all of you. Is it clear? So these are the changes which is based on the speed. Coming to the next one. Yeah, as I told, fast changes, changes that happen or occur in a short period of time. Within a second it may happen, okay? Within a second. Let us see some examples. Breaking of glass, boiling of water or milk, it happens within the seconds, right? If you provide a certain temperature, the water and milk starts boiling, right? And breaking of glass, just take a glass, drop it till it's broken, right? So other than that, we have slow changes, as I have already told, changes that takes a long time, right? Changes which takes a long time to happen. And for example, curd formation. For example, I hope all of you know which bacteria helps us to convert milk to curd. Do you know which bacteria it is? Okay, let me tell you, that is actually lactobacillus. Okay, lactobacillus is the bacteria which will help to convert the milk into curd, right? Within a second that will not happen. So at night you have to take the milk, you have to add 2 spoons of curd. So after long time, that is after 12 hours, next morning the milk will be converted into the curd. So that is a slow change. And growth of a child, if a baby is born, suddenly it will not reach its adult stage, right? It takes some time, it takes many years. So that is a slow change. And we have growth of a plant. You sow a seed and suddenly tomorrow you will get a tree. That is not possible, right? It takes many months. The seed will become seedling, small plant, and then grows into a big tree. Not only that, seasons also, right? So sometimes what happens, it will be rainy season, and after next day it will not be the summer season. After some months it will be summer season, right? Seasons are also slow changes. I hope it is clear to all of you, right? So some more examples for fast change. Explosions, yes, within a second you also don't know where the explosion happens. Bomb, yes, this bomb blast and all which happens within a second. So they are fast changes. Driving a car, applying the brake of the car, shattering glasses. Accidents are also fast change. You don't know when accident happens. Within a second accident happens. And raining, anytime suddenly it might rain, right? So actually we are in Bangalore now. Morning it was very hot and suddenly now it's raining. So that is how it happens. Other than that, we also have earthquakes. We don't know when earthquakes will come, and it's a fast change. Wind flow, waterfalls, the water which is coming here from up to down, that is a fast change. And volcanic eruptions and breaking of any change or anything, so that is also fast change. And some examples of slow change, as you can see, aging, as I mentioned. Today we are young, tomorrow we will not be old, right? It takes some time. Weathering of the rock, I hope all of you know what is weathering. Do you know what is weathering? Can you type in the comment box? We don't know. Okay, if you don't know, no problem, I will tell you. Weathering is the process where rock will break to form the soil. Okay, how does this rock break? Due to climatic conditions, due to heat, wind, weather, all different weather conditions, the rock will break to form the soil. So this is called as weathering. And we have soil erosion, we have seasons, we have global warming. If you go 20-25 years back or 10-15 years back, actually the earth was cool. But after 10 to 15 years, due to this increasing global warming, now the temperature of the earth is very high, right? So global warming is also slow changes. Not only that, the rusting of iron. Do you know what is rusting? Yes? Okay. Iron, what happens? This iron will react with oxygen, okay? And it will form iron oxide. That layer will be formed above this iron. So that also is a slow change. And growth of a plant, making curd, I already told you, bacteria will help. Lactobacillus bacteria. which help in making curd. That is also slow process. Cooking the food, if you want to do something, ये 2 मिनट में मैगी नहीं बना सकते है ना. It will not happen in 2 minutes. It takes some time to cook the food, right? So that is one thing, and digestion of the food. So you ate lunch, suddenly within a minute or so it will not get digested. It will take some time for your stomach, for your internal organs to produce the digestive juices, and then digestion will happen. So now coming to the second part, that is based on time interval. Okay, based on speed we have fast change and slow change, but based on time interval we have periodic changes and non-periodic changes, right? So periodic changes and non-periodic changes. So some changes happen in certain period and some changes will not happen. For example, you don't know when you will make a stool or something like that, right? A table or anything, carpenter you can say. So these are all non-periodic changes, but there are some changes which are periodic changes. So this is based on time interval. So now coming to based on our use, based on what we need, right? So some are desirable changes, some are undesirable changes. Desirable changes are the changes which we need. Okay, and undesirable changes are the changes which we don't need, but you can't stop that, right? Let me give you some examples. For example, desirable changes, yes, we need the seedling to grow into a big plant or a big tree, right? So that we need. But undesirable changes, for example, flood, right? Is there anybody who wants flood at their area? No, that is undesirable, right? And heavy temperature or high temperature, that is all undesirable. So the changes which we need are called as desirable changes, and the changes which we don't need but still it happens, that is called as undesirable changes. So these are the categories based on use of the changes what we need. Now coming to the basis of reversibility. As I told, some changes are reversible, usually physical changes. If I paint this pencil to white in color, again if I wipe the paint, again it is turned into black color. So some changes are reversible, but there are some changes which are irreversible. For reversible, you can write physical changes which happens in physical state, right? Physical changes, most of the physical changes are reversible, but most of the chemical changes are irreversible. Take a paper, burn it, it is completely changed into ashes. You cannot bring back again, right? So let us see some reversible changes. Changes that can be reversed. The original substance can be obtained by removing the cause for the change. You can get the original substance back. Original substance can be obtained. So these are reversible changes, and yes, as I told, a change that can be reversed is called as reversible changes. It is also called as physical change because most of the physical changes are reversible. For example, yes, you have water here. Take a glass of water, put it in the freezer, it will be turned into ice, right? This is called as freezing. Yes, after that if you want to convert this ice back into water, just take the ice out of the freezer, keep it outside. Yes, it will melt. Melting happens to form the water, right? So this is reversible changes. Other than that, some other reversible changes, melting is reversible, freezing is reversible, evaporation, that means what happens, liquid water will be there. If you heat it, it will change into water vapor. Again, if you cool the vapor, it will again change into liquid, right? So this is reversible. Both the side I am putting arrow, that means they are reversible. And shaping the clay, if you want to shape something, you can do that. Again break it, you will get the clay back, right? So these are the reversible changes. Not only this, we have rolling chapati. Just take a dough and just roll it like a chapati, again fold it, you will get a dough. So these are reversible changes. Water cycle is reversible, and yes, it is continuous. Okay, it never stops, it happens continuously. So water cycle is reversible as well as it is continuous. And electromagnetism, yes, that is also reversible. Boiling of water, as I said, the water can be converted into water vapor and again it can be cooled down to water, right? So now let us see some Irreversible changes. So irreversible changes that cannot be reversed. The original substance cannot be obtained. If you have something, if you don't want that back, then you can do the chemical change for that. The changes which will not give back the original substance, they are called as irreversible changes. And as you can see here, the rusting of the iron. It is very difficult to remove the rust, right? So all these things. So other definition, a change that cannot be reversed is called as an irreversible change. Usually it is chemical change. As I told, most of the chemical changes are irreversible. Let us see some examples. For example, you take a paper and burn it, light it up on fire, right? You burn it, you will get the ashes, right? So take a paper, burn it up, you will get the ashes. So can you reverse it? Can you reverse it? This is not possible at all, because you cannot turn ashes into paper. So only the first arrow is possible, second arrow is not possible because it is not reversible. Okay, it is irreversible. We have some other irreversible changes. For example, cooking. I take mushroom and I do mushroom pepper fry. Can I get the raw mushroom again? That is not possible because I have already cooked it. Burning of wood, that is also not possible. Here also you will be getting ashes only. Rusting of iron and chemical reactions, right? So if you mix some acid and base, you will be getting the salt. Again, you will not get the acid and base separately. So that is how it takes place. Other than that, rotting of any food items. If it is rotten, yes, you will put it into the dustbin. You cannot get the raw item again. Digestion, yes, when the digestion happens, of course it is a slow change, but once it happens, yes, it's done, right? The waste is put out and the nutrients are absorbed by the body. That is not reversible. And we have aging. Once your youth is gone, you will be old, right? From old, again you cannot be the youth. So that is also irreversible. Again, it's a slow change. And baking earthen pot. I told you, shaping the pot is reversible. Okay, but after once, just imagine you are taking the clay and you are making a nice pot. After that, directly you can make it like a normal clay. But once you make the pot and if you bake it under the fire, once the pot is baked, then you cannot reverse it into the normal clay. Okay, so the normal pot can be reversed, that is reversible change. But baken earthen pot, if you have already baked the pot, then you cannot reverse it to the normal clay. Okay, so this was all about based on reversibility. Now next one, based on energy. Okay, so some changes are based on energy, exothermic and endothermic. Okay, exothermic means they will give out heat. Heat is given out. And endothermic is nothing but they absorb heat. They need heat. Okay, exothermic is nothing but after the change is there, they will produce the heat. Okay, for example, burning of cracker. When you burn the cracker, so they will produce some heat, right? Endothermic reactions are the reactions which they need heat. For example, you take a ice piece and keep it on your hand. They will absorb the heat and ice will start melting. So these are exo means out. You can remember they will give out heat, and endo means they will take in. They need heat. I hope it is clear to all of you. Exothermic and endothermic. So that is completely based on energy. Okay, here they are giving out the energy, but here they require the energy. Next, we will learn about thermal expansion. What is the definition of thermal expansion? The phenomenon of increase in volume of a material due to increase in temperature is called thermal expansion. So thermal means heat, temperature you can say. Expansion means it becomes big, right? Just imagine there is a substance and you are heating that substance and it expands like this. Okay, so the volume of the substance will increase. So that is called as thermal expansion. There is a substance and you are heating it, the volume will expand like this. So the expansion or increase in the volume of any material due to the presence of heat, that is called as thermal expansion. As you can see here, this was the volume. When there is increase in the heat, what happens? This volume or the space will increase. The material will expand, right? And once it is reduced, as you can see, once the heat is reduced, again it will compress. The volume will compress. Here there is expansion in picture A. When the heat is more, there is expansion, and here that is compression. Okay, when the heat is reduced, it is compression. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so now what is the application then? Such a change is also used for fixing the metal rim on a wooden wheel of a cart. For example, if you have seen, this will be the wheel, right? Around the wheel there will be metal rim. Have you observed this? First they will heat it so that the wooden wheel will fit into that. After that they will cool the metal so that it will be fixed. After that compression will be there. Okay. So to fit the metal rim on a wooden wheel of the cart, along with that the metal rim is made up of slightly smaller than the wooden wheel. How it is possible? Let us see. Okay. On heating the rim, first step, see here, this is metal rim, right? On heating, the rim expands and fits into the wheel. So first what they do, they will heat it, right? The rim will expand and it will fit into the wooden cart. As you can see, this is wood, and once it is heated, the rim will fit into the, see here, first it was like this. Let me show you, wait a minute. Let me show you properly, students. It's very important to understand the application of thermal expansion and compression, right? So as you can see here, this is metal rim. Okay, this is metal. This, if you give the heat, it will expand, and if you reduce the heat, it will compress. Okay, and this is wood. Now, as you can see, the metal rim is inside here, right? There is some gap here. Can you see? Can you all see the gap in between the metal and this? There is some gap. Can you all see? Let me mark it in green color. Can you see this gap? So this gap should not be there, right? So how they will put this or fit this metal rim in between the wooden cart? What they will do? They will heat it here. The metal rim is heated. So when it is heated, what happens? It will expand. So in the third picture, there is no gap at all. There is no gap at all. The metal rim has expanded and it fits into the wooden cart. Is it clear to all of you now? Is it clear? Let us read. So on heating, the rim expands and fits onto the wheel. Cold water is then poured over the rim, which contracts and fits tightly onto the wheel. So first there will be expansion. They will they will give the heat, and then they will cool it so that it fits properly. Is it clear to all of you? Yes. What is the application of thermal expansion and compression? That's great. So this is the overall changes, as you have seen, on the basis of reversibility. On the basis of reversibility, yes. So we have reversible change and irreversible change. Reversible change, most of them are physical, and irreversible, most of them are chemical. And based on the speed, we have fast changes which happens within a second, breaking of the glass, and slow changes like our aging. And then we have based on energy, exothermics, that means it give out the heat or energy. Endothermic, that means it will take in the heat or the energy. And then we have based on time interval, so periodic changes and non-periodic changes, and based on use, based on what we need. The one which we need, that is desirable changes, and the one which we don't need is called as undesirable changes. For example, which we need, the growth of the plant, the growth of the baby, and which we don't need, that is flood and tornadoes, all these things, right? So now let us solve some questions. Let us solve some questions, okay? So you accidentally dropped your favorite toy and broke it. This is a change you did not want. Can this change be reversed? So of course, if you did not want, that is undesirable. You didn't want this change to happen. It was undesirable, but it happened, right? So can this be reversible? No, it is not reversible, because I know it is a physical change, but some physical changes are not reversible, right? So now, yes, now you can take this screenshot of these things, because these are the change. In physical change, it is reversible. New compound is not formed. It is permanent. No, it can be reversible. Chemical change, it is not reversible. New compound is formed and it is permanent. Okay. We will be solving some more questions in the next class. So, if you want to learn more such topics, yes, in a same fun way with the use of animations, with the use of pictures, you can join the crash course. I hope all of you know what is crash course. This is complete 1 week course. We will be starting every Monday, where you can learn 6 chapters in 6 days. Okay, you will be learning from the teachers from IIT and NIT. Every day homework will be given, 2 tests will be conducted, and we will assign one personal teacher to you. You can contact them at any time. Not only that, we are providing the study materials for all the chapters what we'll be teaching you. So the crash course is starting from Monday. So how to join this crash course? How can you be the part of this amazing course of 6 days? So there is a link in the description box. Touch that link, click on that link, and you can complete your enrollment by paying the fees based on your grades. It may be 29, 49, 99, 149 as per your grades. Okay. Once your enrollment is done, you will get a call from our personal mentor teacher. And as I always say, learning with ODA is fun, because here you can learn as well as you can earn. So if you join the crash course and if you come to the classes, you will be getting some ODA coins. From these coins, you can redeem some gift like smart water bottles, smart watches, sound bar, mobile phones, Amazon vouchers, all these things. So I hope to see you there in the crash course. Until then, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.